Hi everyone, my name is Michelle and I'm a student at the University of Alberta working on Review Board through the CANOSP 2021 program. My project this semester is to create a setting for mapping file extensions to syntax highlighters. This will allow users of Review Board to customize the syntax highlighting that gets applied to files in the diff viewer. The first part of my project consisted of implementing the logic for the mapping. Right now, Review Board uses a third-party library called Pigments to apply syntax highlighting to the files. And previously, we would use this method for guessing a lexer, which is the syntax highlighting class for a file. In some cases, we would end up with the wrong lexer, so we would have the wrong syntax highlighting applied. And that's another reason why we want to create this mapping of file extensions to syntax highlighters. So instead of using this Pigments method to guess right away, first we'll check the mapping that we have. And if a lexer is defined for the given file, then we'll use that lexer. And if not, we'll just revert to the old behavior of guessing. And the second part of my project consisted of working on the user interface for editing the mapping, so that users would be able to edit it from this diff viewer settings page in the Review Board admin section. So I created a custom Django widget that allows one to easily type in a file extension and then select a lexer from this drop-down list. And the functionality of adding and removing values from this list comes from a Giblets widget called List Edit Widget. And previously, this widget only worked with string values, so you could only edit lists of string values. And I modified it so that it would work with any type of value, just like it's able to work with these file extension and pigment lexer pairs. Now to see the mapping in action, we'll set the Python files to be mapped to a Markdown lexer, so that Markdown syntax highlighting gets applied to all Python files. And if we look at a diff page right now, we can see that there's already Python syntax highlighting applied. Now if we save our new mapping and then reload the page on this side, you can see that there's Markdown syntax highlighting applied to the files. So that is how the mapping of file extensions to syntax highlighters works. And that's all for today. Thanks everyone.